A fantastic reception out there, just shows how much it means to Bolton supporters.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Just what a great turnout, and you could stood on that balcony and just see what it meant to the people of Bolton. Getting this club off and running again, and great day Sunday. I really enjoyed yesterday with my family, and come here tonight and see that really just finish the season off well.
How long can you savour this moment?
I think the promotions you've got to savour, and we don't sit back and relax too much, because we know we've got a lot of work to do. But equally, that we reflect on this for a good while, and everybody who's put the effort in this season, not just the players, the staff and the chairman, obviously, can take a lot of satisfaction from the season's work. And we move on, and got a lot of decisions to make, tight calls and what players to sign, etc., etc. But it's an exciting summer for us, and it's one I'm really looking forward to already.
It's been a tumultuous season on and off the pitch. You've tried to keep a lid on it outwardly. Where's your kind of how much, if I use the analogy of a swan, calmly serene on top of the water, but legs kicking away furiously underneath the water, how much has that really been a picture of your season?
Yeah, there's been some tough times, but equally, when I met Ken Anderson, he explained to me very clearly what he felt the problems were at the club. Obviously, he hoped to have got us out the embargo, sooner, during the season, but it wasn't able to be. But he said to me quite clearly, "Phil, this is going to be one hell of a challenge, and you need to be ready for it." But I love a challenge, and myself and Steve Parker and all the staff, we're really prepared to come in and work hard and take it on. So, yeah, it's kind of been exciting. I suppose it's probably easy to say that now, but I've enjoyed every day of it. I have, hate getting beat, I really do. Sundays can be a really difficult day, but we've always come in Monday in a positive mindset to go again. And I think if you look at the season when we have got beat and we've always responded, and I think that's a testament to the staff and the players and everybody at the club.
Does that, because of all the challenges, make this one of your probably the biggest achievement or not?
Yeah, I think it feels like it is right up there, and because we've had a lot of obstacles in our way, which if you compare us to Sheffield United, who bought Hansen, bought Joe Shea, bought Leon Clark, and basically had the luxury to go and handpick the best players to get them over the line. We lost players, and we had to kind of reshape the team completely, change our system and our style to an extent as well. But sometimes the season you've got to keep evolving, and no one wants to hear hard luck stories in football, and I've said that many times to the players and myself and Steve, to all the staff. No one wants to listen to me in the summer and say, "Oh well, this went against us, we're unlucky." No one wants to hear that. They want to hear that how we overcame it, and that's what we've done. How
will this team cope in the Championship? Is it strong enough?
Well, when you look back at the season, we came down, and obviously I've got a print out of every team selected and the subs on the day. That squad and that team was nowhere near good enough. There was too many gaps in terms of the squad, not enough cover in certain areas. And when you look at the teams that team went to Bristol City away and tried to win a game of football in the Championship. No way, So we've got to make sure that the team is strong and in all departments. And when I'm watching training on Thursday and Friday, I'm not worried that if someone goes down injured with no one to come in and replace them. And I think that's key. It's getting the squad to be strong and competitive. We've got cover in all departments. And if you look back at the season Bolton came down, that was a real problem. That there was not enough quality in depth. The budget was probably quite a big one. But along the way, it's probably been mismanaged in terms of getting the balance right.
And the word embargo still looms. Do you have any idea? Have you spoken to Ken about when that is likely to be?
Yeah,
overcome?
Ken, and the directors and chief executive Paul are working hard for that now. We need it lifted, to be competitive, because we've we got away with it this year. I think probably, but we know next year you won't do that in the Championship. So we've got to make sure that I don't want to be reading in the papers, and neither does the chairman, about the troubles of Bolton, because we're trying to attract players and we're competing with Aston Villa and Derby for players, and we want to make sure that Bolton is an attractive proposition for players to come and play at. And this time last year, when I was meeting players, there was a few I lost out on, and as much as I tried to convince them everything was all right, they kind of didn't buy into it and that they went elsewhere. Although obviously we're delighted with the ones we did manage to get. So I think it's a big summer. I think it's a huge summer for the club. It really is, and but the powers that be, will be working very hard.
How many of these players do you know which players you want to keep, or does that kind of rely on when and?
I know in my mind what I feel we need, and I'm looking forward to sitting down with the chairman and showing him, myself and the staff's plans to try, kind of take us forward. And then we need to sit down quickly with the players out of contract. The ones we're not going to keep, let them know the ones we're going to keep. Start negotiations quickly, and we will do that. It will be sooner rather than later, because one key thing I felt this season that when you've got a lot of players out of contract. That can cause problems, but they haven't pestered us and haven't knocked on the door. The occasional call from an agent, but we've explained to them you're going to have to wait till the end of the season. And now we've got to be fair to those people, because obviously they've all got responsibilities, the kids and mortgages, etc. So we need to do that, sooner rather than later. But I do think that's been, a key factor this season, that those players have not kind of let that contract situation affect them too much.
And those on the bigger terms, will they be able to be re-signed on those terms, or do you have to kind of look to kind of
I think
those down?
With every player that there's a market value for every player, and it's getting that right, and offering people where we feel they are, that they won't be tempted to go elsewhere. We want to keep them, but we can't get to the situation where we pay over the odds, because there's no need to. There will be a lot of players out there looking for clubs, and Bolton Wanderers is an attractive club to play for. People will have seen the atmosphere on Sunday. My phone has been going crazy over the last 24 hours with agents ringing me, offering us players already. So there's a lot of players who want to come. We will be as fair as we can with everybody, and hopefully, like I said, make those right calls.
And do you get a chance to relax over the summer?
Well, it's a different type of work over the summer, because it's meetings with agents, etc., and with Tim Breaker, Chief Scout, me and Steve Parkin will meet, but we kind of tend to do it away from the ground, because that's good for us to have that break. So I've got to say, I'm looking forward to it. Sometimes you get to the end of the season and you're absolutely shattered, but I don't feel that. Probably the getting over the line on Sunday is kind of really reinvigorating myself and the staff. So I'm ready for it, and I'm excited by it. I'm looking forward to when that fixture list comes out, and I think seeing tonight as well, it's give the players another huge lift.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Cheers.